What's up, guys? Ace here, bring guys a Sword Art Online Season 3, Episode 19, Alicization War of Underworld, Awakening Review. Holy crap, that's a title and a half I've ever heard one. Not really, just combined. Anyways, today we've got the continuation of Kirito's Awakening. I guess the aftermath of Kirito's Awakening, and what happens if you wake up my boy Kirito. And it was pretty cool, it was pretty sweet. Didn't really expect anything else other than the one only Kirito. First thing we had was the fight with the Prince of Hell and Kirito. It was pretty much up in the air for the first moments. It was like, okay, everyone's being logged out during the fight. And beginning of the fight, everyone was logged out. It was like, okay, but we all know the resources in this game are very much a sacrificial sort of system where once they're gone, they can be absorbed by the Prince of Hell, Po. And it seems like that was the case. It wasn't the case. He couldn't do it for whatever reason. I think that's partially due to Kirito's sword. It was the demon sword, the demon tree sword, and he was able to basically collect those resources, the sacred resources that would have, I guess, if not Kirito would have been there, would be collected by Po, and that was okay. That was cool. That was weird. Not only that, but after this fight is very brief, I think, relatively, like in the span of things. Not too much happened besides those few little things there. But when Kirito did end up winning the fight and actually stabbing Po into the chest, it happened to be that Kirito was able to release the memories of the actual sword into Po, and that made Po into a tree. He actually just made him into a tree. And I was like, okay, that's interesting, because before like they actually fought, Po talked about how he would never stop hunting Kirito down and his ilk. So it was like, okay, that's gonna be, I guess we're gonna see Po again in the future. Like we saw him before, we see him now. It's like, how is Kirito gonna stop him? And this is Kirito's solution: is to make him into a tree and not let him log out. And I was like, whoa, that's rough. And not only that, the only way for him to log out is to die, I think. And Kirito made him into a tree in the most barren of places, so it would take literally a millennia to get here. A millennia for anyone to start like civilization in this wasteland. First of all, they'd have to figure out how to like grow vegetation. Like no one's gonna go into like the desert and just like start cutting down a tree in the oasis, right? So like this is like one of those situations. So that's gonna be interesting. We're not seeing Po again anytime in the future. It looks like, for the most part. There could be something that happens because it looks like we're gonna pan away from Po for a while, and no one's gonna really interact with them at the moment. But it looks like, from what we can see now, that Po's just gonna be gone. He's just like totally gone now, and that's cool. That's all right. But then we get to the other parts. Like that fight was kind of cool. Especially the fact that Kirito was able to absorb the resources from everyone being logged out. That means, of course, he's going to be able to, absorbing those resources, he's going to be able to like super powered up. He's super pumped now. You know how Po is going to be super pumped from all that like chaos happening? Well, Kirito's super pumped in this fight, and I'm totally expecting, during this time watching the anime, I'm totally expecting Kirito to be able to use that to his advantage and fight the Vecta, the one and only Dark Emperor. And we pretty much saw that. Kirito did go up and meet up with Alice, and we saw that there was also a start of a fight, it seemed like. Well, first of all, what happened was Alice was like very sad because she knew like it was the end. It was 100% the end. Nothing good could happen in the situation. Like we knew this guy was totally gonna kill Alice. It seemed like, anyways. I could be wrong. That'd be kind of cool to analyze if that would actually happen between Alice and Vecta. Like what would happen there? But for the most part, I think Alice knew like she would be gone, or at least the world altar would somehow alter too much and not be able to interact with her dragons again, because she sent them off. But good thing about the dragons is dragons are good boys and girls. They're good as boys. That's a dog meme, by the way. Anyways, she ended up telling them to go, but they ended up fighting for her against Vecta, and of course that was pretty futile of them, because obviously Vecta is going to destroy them. And I thought they were going to like crack up and turn it to dust just from fighting Vecta, but that wasn't the case, because I mean at first it seemed like that was the case, but then all of a sudden, bam, Kirito's there. And I was like, whoa, all right, rip. Rip. And it's important that Kirito is there like as soon as possible, because it looks like we have some flux light rate over capacity sort of thing happening now, which means we're very much on code red. This is like one of those parts in the video game where you have to leave the the building you're in because it's about to crumble or explode because the bomb in it's got a timer, right? This is very much that sort of situation where the flux light rate is increasing over the amount it's allowed to, and so it's going to like destroy everything. It's a like system malfunction apparently. I don't know exactly what what to say in that situation. Like, it's just a lot of mumbo jumbo for me to hear, but basically it looks like there's too much happening at the moment, and I think it's partially because of the amount of people logged in the world that was happening. Anyways, the premise of what I'm trying to say is Kirito's got to he's got to yeet out of there. So this fight's got to be fast, but of course, in the grand scheme of things, like, so there's about 14. Wait, is it 14 hours? I forget if there's 14 hours on the outer world. 15 minutes. 14 minutes. Oh, I guess 15 minutes. Which means basically 15 minutes in the outer world could be like a bajillion days in the inside. So I don't really know how this is gonna work out. Like, is Kirito gonna act like he's got 15 minutes left, or is he gonna act like he's got 15 days left? That'd be kind of weird to see, because we know there's a difference between there. So that's gonna be interesting to see on how it's gonna play. How it's playing out right now, it looks like Kirito's gonna make it play out as if it was gonna be 15 minutes, which is weird. It's super weird because it's not at all apparent what's happening in the outer world from the inside the underworld. So it's gonna be interesting to see how that works out, and also what's actually gonna happen to the AI in here, because Kirito's life is on the line as well here, because he's gonna lose, I believe, his consciousness, or I forgot what he's gonna lose. He's gonna lose something that's very important to him. I'm sorry. It sort of flew over my head. It was, I think, his memories. Was it his memories? Which is kind of spooky, but he seemed okay with losing them, because after all he's been through, it seemed like he would triumph because of his friends and everything. So it looks like that's not going to be too much worry for him. So he's going to have his head just fully into this fight with Vecta, and I'm totally down for. I don't know necessarily what's going to happen between them. I think it's going to be an easy fight. We haven't seen anyone able to... Okay, we've seen one, I guess Bercoli, able to completely fight Vecta, and that's about it. But I think at this moment in time, I think Kirito is stronger than Bercoli, not only because of Yugo, but also because of his ability to absorb resources and the resources he absorbed. Although, yeah, he didn't. So I'm thinking back at the tree moment when he actually made Poe into a tree. I don't think he used too many he didn't use any resources that he absorbed against Poe. I think it was only the tree that he absorbed. The tree's memories from his sword. I don't even think he used all of those. He just put them into Poe and thus made him to a tree. So he's gonna have a lot of power. He's a super powered boy here. He's got like 3 energizer batteries just attached to him. He's ready to fight. That'll be cool. One thing I'm really hoping for is for this battle to be a little longer, because I really want to see what Kirito's able to do now with all these resources. Because I don't think in any other situation Kirito would have been able to absorb this many resources and like use them. Right? There's no other situation this would occur. So I want to see what he can do in this world. Of course, it might be a quick fight because of course these situations. But yeah, that'd be cool. I'm sort of expecting. I'm very much expecting Alice to just run to the world altar, because I don't think she needs Kirito at all. But she's also she's not really sure what the scenario is. So for her, it's just very much like she has to do this in order to fix everything. For Kirito, it's very much she has to hurry and do this in order to survive, I guess. I don't know. It's up in the air. I mean, he's gonna survive. He's just not gonna be Kirito. I guess he's gonna be in a vegetable state in the real world. So that'll be cool. That'll be cool to see. Not really cool to see, but like see how it's being handled down here in the Underworld. Yeah, that's basically the episode. The fight between... I think this fight's gonna be interesting. I don't think Alice... That was weird how Alice didn't stop the fight between the dragons, and I guess she didn't want to die because like she was the only hope. She had to let them die. But I was hoping she would like do some sort of long range attack, especially with her petals to stop something or I don't know. At least buy some time. And in that sense, if Kirito would come, she would like, okay, I'm gonna run to the altar, and then I don't know. I feel like that was is that out of place for her not to protect the dragons? It was really very much melancholy how they fought for her. Like they knew she was gonna die. It was like one of those dog moments, like when your dog knows something bad's happening, and like they have that dog face. That was that moment there. But yeah, that's basically it. Alice sees Kirito's back, and yeah, we're ready for another fight. Just back-to-back fights. Not that bad. I definitely do like it. But that's basically gonna be my review for today. Tell me what you guys think about the episode in the comments down below. If you guys liked it, like this video, make sure you leave a like or comment or dislike even. That helps me a lot as well. But peace out, guys, and have a nice one.